What is up? Welcome back to the Repti vlog. Oh my god, oh, this is awful. Repti Chat vlogs. Another build video, because this is what I do now apparently. So, last two videos you have seen the monitors behind me, which is nearly finished. And then you've seen Winston, who's in the other room, I'm not going in there. I mentioned at the end of the Winston video that we were going to do the tortoise table next. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get started. So, first things first, Patreons. If you're not on the Patreon already, I suggest you go and have a look because you can get early access to everything apart from the live podcasts. There's also some cool sticker packs on the way, so go and check those out. And you get access to Discord, and you can come and chat with me. Not that I won't talk to you anyway, but you know. And it just supports the podcast and helps me make cool shit like that. So, if you are on the Patreon, you will know, and the Patreons are here. And now that is out of the way, let's get on. So, what have we got going on today? Space, so, obviously, cool monitor stuff. Have we got the monitors? Can we see any? Oh, there's a Gillen eye. Can we see? There he is. Halo one. There's another one hiding under there. But it's quite late in the day, so they're probably not out. There's a Royal in here at the moment. And down there are some Ackies, but they are also hiding at the moment. And then we've got the Morning Geckos. Oh, you've seen the Morning Gecko build as well? I think that was, yeah, the Morning Geckos are in here somewhere. There's one there. Can you see it? It's there. That's about as much as I ever see of them, really. But unless I chuck some fruit flies in, then they all come out. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, what we got? Hey, Jamie. We've got some MDF. That's it. So, I've got 4 of these. 4 of these. 2 big bits. And then a long skinny one and a short skinny one. And the plan is to make 2 identical tortoise tables, and one will sit on top of the other like bunk beds. Because if we go through here, shout out to the dogs. At the moment we have Padmae, and Chewie. So Padmae and Chewie are currently in this tortoise table, which is about 6 foot long, and it's about 2.5 foot deep at its deepest point. So really at the moment they're in 3 foot by 2 foot, which is not big enough. Originally they were both in here together, but then Padmae decided that she didn't really like Chewie, so she started dragging him around by his neck. Excuse the water, that is a job for in a minute because I've only just got home from work. So let's just introduce them. So we've got Padmae, who, let's wake her up. Hey Padmae, she's a very grumpy little Horsfield tortoise. And on this side we have Chewie, who was the smallest, but now he's actually pretty much the same size as her. And these guys need some new homes. So they are going to get over double the space. So what are we on now? That's 6 by 2.5 and a bit. And whatever it is deep, the depth is staying the same. And the plan is over here, hey dogs, underneath the stairs, I'm going to put one on the floor and then one there. And they're going to be, what's the size? It's about 6 foot again, but it's 3 foot deep as well, like a full 3 foot as opposed to 2.5 foot. And they're going to get one of those each. So they're getting more than double the space that they currently have each, which is sick. Also, shout out the Cresties. I don't know if you can see the Cresties. There's some Cresties in there. Excuse the dirty glass. That's just Cresties for you. So, yeah, what we are doing is basically I'm going to screw them together, paint them, line them with pond liner, and then up here I have got 2 new LED lights and 2 brand new 12% Pro T5s. They're not luminised because I can't afford them for this build. Yeah, and then stack one on top of the other. It's pretty straightforward, but I figured if no one's made a tortoise table before, or you want some inspiration, or you're bored, or it's Tuesday afternoon and you're on the loo at work, then why not make some content for you guys? So I still haven't got a tripod, so I'm going to do my best to time lapse as much of this as I can, and I don't know if there'll be much more talking really because it's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'm going to crack on. So time lapse. So I've got a side on so far, and then the next one's about to go on. The size I said was about 6 foot. I was wrong. It's just over 5 foot. I just measured it. But it's 5 by 3. Either way, there's still a hell of a lot more room than I've got at the moment. So why have I interrupted the time lapse to talk to you all? First off, and they're really cute. So there's some more going on, and there's one. There's another one. He's having a bit of a shed. But yeah, he's in there somewhere. But they're always out and about watching. Like, what's going on here? So, what I wanted to address that just popped into my head was, why am I using MDF? So, a lot of people will be going, oh, you can't use MDF, it's crap. It just swells up, it's rubbish. See this? Ooh. Yeah, right, so this is moisture resistant MDF. It still isn't waterproof. And I wouldn't use this for a Viv. But, look at that view. But, because it's a tortoise table, it's slightly different. So, if you're going to build a tortoise table out of MDF, what you need to do, screw it all together, and then what you're going to do is silicone all the joints, which you'll see me do, silicone the joints. And then, over here on my shopping list, you need to use an acrylic primer undercoat first, and you do like 2 layers of that, and then I like to use this, just to really finish it off. The paint is waterproof, alright, so you do about 3 layers of paint, 2 layers of undercoat, on the whole thing. Bear in mind it's already siliconed, and then, in this package here is some pond liner. So what I'm going to do then is pond line the entire thing, so the moisture won't actually ever get as deep as the wood, and it makes it a little bit cheaper and a lot more durable because MDF is rock solid. If you do want to use MDF, also I would recommend these screws. So it doesn't have to be this brand, but these are there you go. So these are drywall screws, so you're supposed to use these as plasterboard. But if you pre-drill the holes, so I'm using a 2mm drill bit, and then whatever size screws it said these were, they're really thin, but they've got massive like thread that sticks out loads, so they grip the MDF really, really well and don't tend to pull out. Whereas if you use normal wood screws, they pull out a lot. So yeah, that's Ben's carpentry lesson. We'll get back on with the time lapse, and we'll get this first one complete anyway, and then I've got to build another one exactly the same. So let's get the time lapse going. There we have it. One box without a lid. It's really that simple. If you are interested, if you want to make one yourself, it's really, really straightforward. So I literally screwed the 2 sides in first, as you saw. Then I screwed the short sides into the long sides, and then stood it up and just put a couple of screws through the bottom. So the next step is to make this entire thing exactly the same again with the stuff that's there. Ignore this pile with those bits, and then once they are done, I need to silicone it first and then paint it, because if you do it the other way around, the silicone doesn't stick to the paint very well. So the silicone I'm using, because the tortoises aren't ever going to come into contact with it, I'm actually using cheap general purpose, whatever it is, silicone from Screwfix. And yeah, so I'm going to make another one of those, and then I'll be back when there's 2 made. Back in a bit for you guys.
A few moments later.
Cool, so same day, got changed, was well up. As you can see, oh, turn that off. It is getting dark now. and all the luminising, the yellow eye, and the Acrylic is dimming down, and the other two, all the lights are off apart from the halogens. But the tortoise tables, zoom you out, are well, the frames are made. Let me flick a light on so you can see a bit better. So there we go, 2 frames, exactly the same, are both done. So next step is to silicone, paint, put some legs on it, on one of them, get them in place, put one inside the other one. So yeah, there'll be bunk beds, and then I've got to worry about all the lighting and all of that jazz. So I've got to stop saying so in these videos. That's where I'm at anyway. Next clip will be another day, and will be me painting and then watching paint dry, and then painting and then watching paint dry, and on and on and on. But yeah, so that's where that one is for the end of this clip, and the next clip will be another day. So there we go, that is the first coat of the that stuff, the Acrylic Primer Undercoat. So the plan is to do 3 coats on all the MDF of the undercoat first, because it's MDF, it's quite absorbent, so the undercoat sort of sucks in, and then it gives something for the finishing paint to stick onto. So yeah, it's super patchy at the moment, but a couple more coats of the undercoat, and then be ready for satin paint. I'm not going to bother time-lapsing the other undercoat layers, so I will come back once I'm putting the final layer of paint on both of them. So yeah, we're getting there, Lots of painting and drying, So yeah, the next clip I will be putting on some fast drying satin paint. Ooh. I lied in the last clip. This is another day. Yeah, I'm wearing the same t-shirt because it's covered in paint now, and I just can't be bothered to make loads of clothes dirty. Where am I up on the update? So I left you last clip, and I had just done the first coat on a bit of it. Well, now I've done 3 coats all the way around. Hang on, let me change colour this one. Yeah, 3 coats of the underseal primer stuff everywhere, top and bottom and sides, and that's the other one upside down because I started one way and one the other. So that's going to dry overnight, and then tomorrow I can start putting the proper like fast drying satin, which will be the final layer on, and then once that's done I can silicone and silicone and silicone. The only thing I haven't got, I thought of earlier, is I haven't got any legs yet, so I need to get some legs cut. So I've got the right sizes, I just need to get them actually done. But yeah, that is where we are at, and tomorrow I will do some more painting, white on white. Today's date, I don't know, I hate painting white. And yeah, tomorrow I've got a different type of white paint to put on, but it will look good in the end. So that's where I'm at, and we'll see you in the next clip. Yo, it's Saturday, so we are cracking on with the Tortoise table. Luckily I've got some teamwork, I don't know, got some extra pair of hands, give me a hand, all the teamwork and stuff. I'm rambling. So, where are we at? Primed, got to paint that. I've cut the legs, which are there, they need painting as well. Let me just change. I've been working out the lighting, got to paint the brackets, drill some holes and cut them down. So I am going to do the bracketry and stuff, whilst the teamwork that is here is going to do the painting for me. And then hopefully we can start getting stuff assembled later. Also, shout out, there's an Ackie. Nice for it to come out on display as I'm chatting away. We gotta love an Ackie. So I'm not probably going to time lapse this. I'll just, when I've done it, I'll clip to the next bit, because otherwise it's all going to be time lapses. So yeah, see you in the next clip. Right, ignoring the washing machine going in the background, this is my light bracket setup. It's not finished, but I need to paint the brackets, drill some holes, cut the end of that one off at that line, and then I want to move the UVB forward. So that's the gap at the moment, and I want it to sit pretty much next to it, so I'm going to move it forward like 2 inches probably. But that, I think, I'm going to go on, zoom out, no, I think that's going to work. So the UVB is about 14 inches, 15 inches from where the substrate will be, as according to the information on the box. The heat lamp is going to be about 8 inches from the substrate, and then the LED is just up there, but I think that's going to work. Hopefully. I don't know what to do if it doesn't. Brackets have been sprayed. I get those mounted in a minute because the paint's really quick drying. But I'm at a bit of a, I don't know what the word is. I'm waiting for stuff basically. So I can't do anything else until I've fixed the legs. I can't fix the legs until I've painted the legs. So they've been primed and I'm going to paint them very shortly. Then I can get the legs on and then I can start doing the finishing coats of paint on the tables. Whilst I'm waiting for that, I'm going to attach the brackets for the lights. Now I've got that all sorted. And just whilst we're doing a wander around, Gregor got a new jungle on today, so he's looking fire. Not that you can see him through the mesh. Hang on, there we go. He thinks it's food time, but I fed him earlier, so he's not getting anything else today. But he looks beautiful as always. It won't be long, Tortoises, until you guys get much more space. I'm just waiting for paint to dry. There's a lot of waiting for paint to dry, but we're getting there slowly. We have light, we have another light and another light. Woohoo! All of the lights. Because I'm an actual genius, I've realised that I don't actually need to paint the entire external of the Tortoise tables. Now, I have painted the inside, and that's going to get lined with pond liner anyway, but I've painted it on purpose because it's going to protect the wood a bit better. However, the outside, you're never going to see the side that's now currently on the floor and the back, because they're going to be against the wall. So, I put them up like this, and I'm literally going to paint this, and the top two, because they're the bits that are going to be on display. And then hopefully the legs will have started to dry because they're nearly dry. And then I can start assembling it. But we're getting there, there's no point showing you the legs, they look exactly the same. But yeah, hopefully I'm not going to bother filming me painting it because it's boring and they'll just look slightly whiter. But next clip, hopefully, if all goes to plan, I'll either be putting the legs on, or the legs will already be on, and we'll be putting the tables together. Next day, everything's dry, and today we're gonna basically play furniture Tetris. So the plan is torch table. First one is sort of in position. I need to line it, which I'm going to do in a second. Currently, my chair is in the middle of the room, and my dining table is taken apart. But I've got to get the new tortoise tables done, get the tortoises from that table into that table, and then move the chameleon and the leopard gecko against the wall. And I'm sort of climbing over myself. So let's get the lining done next, I guess. I am using just some Amazon special pond liner, and I've got two of them. They're ones in. So yes, basically it's another time lapse, unfortunately for you guys, but time lapse it is. There we have it. One, basically I've made a wooden pond. The next bit I've got to position the legs. It's going to be a bit of a faff, so I'm going to do it off camera because it's going to take us a while. So I'm going to use some YouTube magic. Ready? There we go. So that is lighting done. Lighting done, obviously I've got tied up all the cables. They're both fully lined now. I've got to add a little return on this piece here, which I've got all ready to go. Then I've got to add, if you look at the old one, see this lipping, just to cover up the top of the pond liner, so I've got to do that all the way around. And then, got to put some substrate in it and stick some tortoises in there. That's awesome, I'm well happy with that so far. We've got, so that's the light setup you've already seen, and then underneath, I tried to mirror it as best I can, but that way, is that on? Okay, that UVB is not on. I need to work out what's going on with that one. But apart from that, sick. It's been like 6 hours since the last clip, and I literally haven't stopped. But the tortoise table, apart from having stuff in it, is done. So they're in place. All the lights are on. I've got the edging on. There's a few places where I need to touch up the paint, but I can do that whenever. The little returns on here. And then underneath, and I've put a white round the side and on that side as well, so it's like that. All the cables are hidden down there. I'm going to put a panel to fill that gap in. I've got skirting as well. All I need to do now is make a dog proof sort of guard for the bottom, which I've got these little metal things from my friend Dan, but I don't know if they're going to work or not. But this is what they are, but I don't know how I'm going to fix them. Not really sure yet, need to work that out. But I think the next thing is to get the tortoises in so I can start moving everything else. But I'm happy with that, it looks really good. Right, tortoise tables together. I'm going to get the wife and child to do the top one and to get a time lapse going whilst I have a bit of a tidy up. It's been about a week since the last clip. I decided to let the tortoises sort of get settled in, get it all set up how I liked it, and get everything moved around. So let's have a look quick. So Grogu has now gone from over here. Grogu and Winston, they were there where Charlie is, and now they're over here by the window. That's nice. And Grogu's just loving life. Up there. Winston is down there. He doesn't really come out much. He is a grumpy sod, but he's eating and he's happy enough. But the most important thing is the tortoise tables. Let's have a look. So yeah, that is the tortoise tables. The plastic tub has got cress growing in it under the lights. It'll be out in a few days, but I'm just starting it off with that. The only other thing is I want to make something different than this prison bar looking thing, because at the moment that's there to stop the dogs getting in basically. But the plan is to hopefully build a door similar to what I built for Grogu's, but in white, which will go on that side and that side over there. But overall, I'm really happy. I need to also move the UVB a bit more because it's not quite, you can't really see in the video, but I want to move it another couple of inches this way and bring it, tilt it slightly, because at the moment it's tilted slightly back and I don't like it. It needs to be tilted slightly forward, but minor things. Overall, pretty happy with that. I got these nice little guinea pig hides off Facebook Marketplace, and they were £2 each, and they are really good. Still need to add some like more visual barriers and stuff in there, just to break it up a bit and make it a bit more exciting for the tortoises. But it's really hard to make like a naturalistic tortoise enclosure. Normally they'd add a leaf litter and stuff, but the tortoises just eat everything that you put in there, so I'm not really sure. So if anyone has any suggestions on what I can put in here with my Horsfield tortoises to make it a bit more naturalistic looking, that they aren't going to eat, or if they do eat it's not going to kill them, that would be great. I was going to add some aloes, but it says online that if I add aloe vera and they eat too much, it can have a laxative effect, and I know for a fact that if I put one in, they will just all turn it into a stump and eat the entire thing in one sitting. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. I'm really happy with it, and the tortoises seem a lot happier with a lot more space. So thank you very much for coming along on my tortoise table building journey. Hopefully you guys maybe got some inspiration, or you just enjoyed the video really. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget you can go sign up to Patreon. There's a link in the description below where you get early access to all the sorts of videos like this. You'll also get early access by finding out what guests are coming on the podcast in the future. Pre-recorded episodes on the podcast you will get them early too. There are stickers coming, which are sick as well. If you don't want to pay me any money, that's not a problem. You can give me a thumbs up. If you're on Spotify, you won't be because this is a video. So if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, give us a follow. If you are already liking and following and subscribing, drop a comment. It really helps. In fact, let's think of a question. If you could have double tortoise tables, or Grogu the Chameleon, or some sick Lego, what would you prefer? So yeah, that is it. Thank you very much. I've been Ben McIntyre, and this has been a Repti Chat vlog. Until next time.